Welcome to another episode of Wood Goblin Fabrication. Today, I'm going back in time to my video archives to show you how I build my workshop bench. I've worked in stop-motion set shops for over 10 years, and one of the things they all have in common are these giant 4-foot by 6-foot tables with a shelf underneath. It's definitely a massive table. However, having that much space to work with is a serious benefit, especially while making large-scale sets that will eventually have to be photographed and animated on. I find a lot of spare wood in my neighborhood, and I have a huge stack of these 4x4s lying around. Before I do anything, I'm going to cut off these gnarly bottoms for a straight edge. Next, I'm going to set a stop screw on the miter saw so I can cut large dados for the bottom shelf. This is definitely a slow process, and it creates an enormous amount of wood dust, which is why I always wear my respirator. In order to get these large dados cut out, I have to make a pass-through cut and then move the piece 1/8 of an inch forward and make the cut again until I've cleared the marked section. Next, I pull down my shelf plywood top. I then check my dado with some plywood and 2x4 cutoffs to see if I need any extra spacers. You can see in this video that my shop quite literally does not exist yet, as this is the very first thing I'm building to make my life easier for everything that will come after it. The next step is to build the shelf. It doesn't need to be pretty, but more importantly, it needs to be sturdy and strong. I'm building a basic frame here out of construction lumber. This is a workbench after all, and construction lumber is perfect. My pal Jason from Rudd Wood came over to help me with some other things that require more than one set of hands. Jason is a phenomenal woodworker and artist, and you should go check out his stuff. We then attach the legs and dry fit the top shelf. We then flipped the table over and started to attach the casters. Getting them placed in the exact spot on each leg was not too difficult, but using the tiny flat wrenches they provided to screw the wheels in was a little bit tricky to say the least. While I struggled to get the wheels in, Jason went around the rest of the table and pre-drilled for me. Since this was my first major construction project for my shop, I was immensely satisfied when the casters worked, and the table moved around the shop freely. Then it was time to assemble the tabletop, route the edges, and get to work. I built this workbench to also serve as an outfeed table for my table saw, which is why it is at the exact height that it should be. And now, for the first time in my fabrication career, I no longer have to begin my projects on the floor. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please check out my others, like, and subscribe.